Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wakakadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Ba'Shem, and the name of Mashiach Yahushai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, the whole tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of prophecy updates as of September the 26th, 2024 on Thursday. And this is a news article from the Jerusalem Post, Post-Staff, published September 26, 2024, and it reads, U.S. troops deployed to Cyprus in light of regional tensions report. The U.S. troops has been deployed to Cyprus in the light of tensions between Israel and Hezbollah, according to the CNN report on Thursday, citing U.S. officials. It says the report did not specify the number of troops, but stated that dozens have been deployed and added that these troops were prepared for several scenarios, including evacuation U.S. citizens from Lebanon. It says the NYC Mayor Adams indicted after corruption probe. Germany court upholds ban of phrase from the river to the sea. Netanyahu leaves for New York ahead of the UN address. Hezbollah war possibilities push Israeli hospital to go underground. U.S. allies call for immediate 21-day ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. Armenia and Cyprus to deepening cooperations in defense and security. Iran denies Donald Trump assassination threats. It says a huge hurricane Helene is expected to hit Florida as a major storm strikes far inland. It says Japan destroyer passed through the Taiwan Strait for the first time, the newspaper reports from Fox News. It says this is from this is from ntdnews.com, published by Tiffany Memer as of September 25th, 2024. September 25th, 2024, and it reads, China fires a missile that can fly across continents into the Pacific Ocean as world leaders meet at the United Nations in New York. Capturing the elite is known as a tactical in Beijing's toolkit for countering the United States and sparking divisions the U.S. lawmakers are investigating. From the Cold War to U.S.-China's relations, how big of a threat does the consumerists pose the United States? It says China's top diplomat has made Beijing's Middle East stance clear. The official voice of China's back for Lebanon is in conflict with Israel. We heard from a former Pentagon officials told more on why Middle East conflict is matter for the most communist regime. China fires intercontinental ballistic missiles. U.S. Navy to get 80% of its force ready to fight China. Lawmakers, CCP elites captures against U.S. experts. U.S.-China relations parallel Cold War. Beijing family support Lebanon in conflict with Israel. Trump lays out a plans to draw companies to U.S. effective fade measure from China's central bank. China surveillance trap North Korea's defectors in China. It says Israel's potential invasion of southern Lebanon looms larger from the war zone reports. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 8. And in times of love, and in time of HATE, and in time of war, and in time of peace, where we're definitely living in a time of war, and we're definitely living in a time of HATE as well too. That's why we're seeing seditions, uprisings, uproar, speaking the word, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. This is going to continue to increase, and this is out of the book of Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end's not yet. Right? Increasing wars and rumors of wars between the nations. Nuclear escalations and tensions are heating up, especially throughout the Western Asia. Hezbollah versus the IDF. Russia versus NATO. Russia versus Ukraine. Russia versus the Western countries. And proxy war groups going against the IDF. That's going to continue to heat up as well too. Escalations are heating up over there in Syria. The pro-Iranian groups in Syria together going against the IDF of a cross-border conflicts. Escalations are heating up over there in the Red Sea. Houthi rebels versus the Houthi rebels was that Iranian-backed group going against the coalition forces of Great Britain and the United States and the IDF as well too, and all other nuclear escalations and tensions that we're seeing heating up. That goes into the wars and rumors of wars. Matthew 24 verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Right, so the increasing of the nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom, increasing famines, increasing pestilence, and increasing earthquakes in diverse places. It says CrowdStrike apologizes for massive web outage, tells Congress a plan to prevent a repeat. It says China holds rare ICBM tests in Pacific from the Washington Times. It says Israel calls up reservists, telling troops to prepare for Lebanon incursion. That's from the Washington Post. Check the Arab news, prophecy updates. It says day 3 of carnage, 51 killed in an Israeli airstrikes on Lebanon. Bombings claim the lives of innocents. The UNHCR says Hezbollah escalated rocket attacks in the defense of Lebanon and its people. That was published September 25th. Israel tells troops to prepare for a possible ground operation in Lebanon. It says Houthi threatens to cut off heads of Yemens who celebrate September 26th revolution. It says U.S. announced 424 million in new aid for Sudanese in the UN meeting reports. It says 4 UAE soldiers killed and 9 injured on duty. Israel is pushing regime towards all-out war. Egypt and Iraq and Jordan reports. It says Houthis are not weakening by U.S. and Ukraine strikes, says Yemen German officials. Right, that goes to say that Joel 3 and verse 10, let the weak say I'm strong. Hezbollah warned Lebanese over drop Israeli leaflets. The UN chief warns Lebanon on the brink as world leaders gather. It's the book of Luke. It's the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars upon the earth. The squares of the nations will perplex the seas reservoir. Right, the seditions uprises of the disgressive nations will perplexing the seas reservoir, and increasing signs in the sun and the moon as well too, and upon the earth the disgressive nations will perplex the seas reservoir. That's only going to continue to increase. And this is the book of Luke 21 verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Right, so it's gonna increase, but it's definitely sure it's gonna come to pass, but it's not just gonna end just yet end by end by. Right, wars and commotions between the armies of nations are rising up against one another of nuclear escalations and tensions. So it's only gonna continue to spark up more and more and more, especially over there in Western Asia. Luke 21 verse 10, then say he unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Right, so nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. We're going to continue to see that increasing more and more and more. It says Iranian president says Hezbollah cannot stand long against Israel. 50 children among hundreds of Lebanese killed in 2 days of Israeli airstrikes.
Only weeks left to get waived installation and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathroomoffer.com or call 800-991-4024. That's 800-991-4024. Call now.
It says Russians' adaptability to U.S. sanctions instead mind their effectiveness economics, it says. It says Zelensky alleged Russians plot on nuclear plants in defined UN address. It says UK sends troops to Cyprus and anticipating mass Lebanon evacuation. It says Philippines says its aircraft was shadowed by Chinese Navy helicopter during patrol. It says China pleads support for Iran, sent Foreign Minister Wang. U.S. missile system will remain in the Philippines despite China's alarm. And this goes into the wars and rumors of wars, especially with the the latest escalation has been heating up between China and the Philippines over there in disputed territorial items as well too. It says the U.S. missile system will remain in the Philippines despite China's alarm. It says the launcher can fire cruise missiles up to 1,800 kilometers, which place China, which is the target range of its two officials say. Americans and Philippine security officials have agreed to keep the U.S. mid-range missile system in the North Philippines indefinitely to boost deterrence despite China's expressions of alarm. Two Philippines officials said Wednesday the U.S. Army transport of Typhoon missile systems and land-based weapons that can fire the Standard Missile-6 and the Tomahawk land attack missiles to the northern Philippines as part of the exercise in April, with Philippine troops to test the deployability aboard an Air Force aircraft. And this is a news article from ArabNews.com, and it reads, Philippines said its aircraft was shadowed by China's Navy aircraft during patrol. Philippines accused China of meddling over missiles rebuke. China and Philippines spar repeatedly over Scarborough soil. Philippines military chief wants U.S. missiles permanently. It says the Philippines said on Wednesday that the Fisher's Bureau aircraft was shadowed and was approached by a Chinese Navy helicopter while on patrol near the disputed Scarborough Sherwood, if I pronounced that right, and another face-off between the two countries locked in a bitter row over territory. The Philippines and the United Nations, the Philippines National Security Council, the NSC, said the incident took place on Monday and its aircraft was still able to complete its mission. China's embassy in Manila does not immediately respond to the request for comment. It was the latest series of air and sea encounters between the two countries that have sparred over the contested areas of the South China Sea. including the Scarborough Shoal of one of Asia's most contested features, which had been occupied by China's coast guard for more than a decade. China's action violated air safety regulations, and NSC said in a statement, based on the interpretation of old maps, China claims almost the entire South China Sea, including the Strasbourg Shoal, cultivated for the bountiful fishes stacks and a stunning terrestrial logo.
What's Greer's black book? I mean, you killed him trying to find it. But don't feel bad. We thought it was in the safe, too.
It kind of was. Safe had a false bottom. Really well done. Everybody missed it until I went to the manufacturer's website and I looked at the model.
What does all this have to do with me? Greer, the bookie kept the law.
This is the book of Second Ezra,
Every dime you ever sunk into gambling, let me tell you.
15 and verse 15. It says, "For the sword, the discretion draweth nigh. One people should stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands, because that's the modern day sword that causes seditions amongst the nations." Second Edges 15 verse 16, "For there shall be sedition among men," which we're seeing right now, but it's only going to continue to increase, "invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor their princes. In the course of their actions stand in power." Right, so citizens rise against their leaders in power, and that's what we're seeing. It's going to lead up to more great seditions and uprisings. Second Esdras chapter 9, verse 3. "Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes, uproars of people in the world," right? Increasing earthquakes and increasing uproars of people in the world. And this is Revelations. Revelations 11, verse 14. "The second woe passed, behold, third woe coming quickly." Right. Second woe of distress and the third woe of distress coming quickly. That's why we're seeing the distress of nations with perplexing, seas, rest, and war. The seditions, uprisings, uproars, people in the world, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Right. So the second woe of distress came to pass. Now the third woe of distress coming quickly. That's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 23, red letter Yahushua speaking. It says, "And he called them unto them, and they say in a parable, How can Satan cast out Satan?" St. Mark 3 verse 24, "And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand." Right, you're going to have one kingdom being divided within itself and one kingdom divided outside of another kingdom. St. Mark 3 verse 25, "And if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand." Right, divisions of house being divided. St. Mark 3 verse 26, "And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, cannot stand but have an end." Right, that's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Mark 13 and verse 7.
Okay, I suggest to you.
This is the book of Mark chapter 13 verse 7. It says, "And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end shall not be yet." Right, so increasing rumors of wars amongst the nations. It's only going to continue to increase. St. Mark 3 verse 8, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows." Right, so these are just the increasing beginning of sorrows that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Mashiach Yahushua, spoke about. That was going to occur in these last days, especially increasing in the uptick of wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. We're going to continue to see it increase more and more and more.
Almost went to prison over this cheesecake. You gotta eat some of it.
It says 3 killed, 2 wounded in a Russian attack on East Ukrainian towns. It says 15 killed in a Pakistan Shektran tribe clash. It says North Korea, read this news article. North Korea vows response to U.S. submarine visit to South Korea. It says South Korea's military said that the USS Vermont, a nuclear-powered and fast-attack submarine, arrived at the southeastern South Korean port city of Bastion on Monday to take supplies and allow its crews to rest. It says the powerful sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un vows Tuesday to boost the country's nuclear capability and take other steps to protest the recent arrival of the nuclear-powered U.S. submarine in South Korea. North Korea has repeatedly vowed to expand its nuclear arsenal, but the latest threat by Kim Jong-un came after North Korea dialed up regional tensions by unveiling a uranium enrichment facility and testing a new ballistic missiles earlier this month. In a statement carried by state media, Kim Jong said that the submarine visit clearly reveals the frantic military and strategic attempts of the United States. She said North Korea's nuclear war deterrence must be bolstered both in quality, continuously, and limitlessly in response. The U.S. strategic assets will never find their resting place in the region of Korean Peninsula. She said, "We will continue to inform that all parts of the military bases of the ROK are not safe place. The ROK are Republic of Korea, South Korea formerly named." Her comments suggest North Korea may test fire a missile range cover a South Korean site where the U.S. Marines is docked, some observers said. The South military says that the USS Vermont nuclear power and fast attack submarine arrived at the southeastern South Korean port city of Bastion on Monday to take on supplies to allow crews to rest. Temporary deployment of powerful U.S. military assets like aircraft carriers, nuclear powerful submarines, and bombers to South Korea are not unusual, but Washington has boasted them over the last year in a show of force against North Korea involving nuclear threats. Pyongyang often responds furiously to such visits, calling them proof of hostility intentions, and reacts with missile tests. On September 13th, North Korea state media published photos of secretly facilities to enrichment uranium nuclear weapons. It was North Korea's first unveiling of a uranium enrichment facility since it shows one at the country's main Yongbyon nuclear complex to visit American scholars in 2010. Last week, North Korea tested a newly ballistic missile designed to carry what it calls a 4.5-ton super large, conveniently warhead and a modified cruise missile. Since late May, North Korea has flown thousands of trash-carrying balloons towards South Korea in a Cold War-style psychological campaign, prompting South Korea to restart an anti-Pyongyang propaganda loudspeaker broadcast at border areas. South Korea warned on Tuesday of unpacified military actions if North Korea pushed its balloon campaigns to a point that serious threats and safety of South Korean civilians. It says military spokesperson Yi Song-jong didn't see what action South Korea could take, but it reiterates that the military isn't considering shooting down the balloons in mid-air because they could carry hazardous substance. So far, North Korea balloons activities haven't caused serious damage. Mark 13, verse 7. And we shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Be ye not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end shall not be yet. Mark 13, verse 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be earthquakes in diverse places. There shall be famines and trouble. These are the beginning of sorrows. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of prophecy updates as of Thursday, September the 26th, 2024. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash, and the Heavenly Father, true names of Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash Little Tongue. When I say Barakathum to the elders, Wa'akim Wa'akwaf, till next time, I will say Shalom.